This is Pat Soundbites Unplugged. Unplugged. The podcast where all the artists go to tell it as it is. Careers, music, tours, and more. And here's your host, the man that refuses to eat squid, Pat Calamari.
Well, hello, Pat Calamari here, your host on Pat Soundbites Unplugged. Today is January the 10th, 2020. And as you know, my motto, keeping new music alive on the radio airwaves, and I've been saying that for a long time. And I gotta say, I receive about 5 or 10 CDs a week in the mail or through email, digitally, from the artist, the publicist, even record labels. And I do listen to each and every song as best as I can. Some I love, some, there are a few songs that I go, just don't spark that interest. But that said, I grew a great interest in this young, amazing artist and her music. Her name is Katie Henry, and her CD is High Road. Remember her name and buy the CD if you haven't already. She killed it in 2019 with this debut album, recognized throughout the blues community. And what I love about her music, it's just not about blues. She covers all types of genres, and we talk about it during the interview, It's not just about blues, some rock, some roots, some funk, some R&B. She covers it all, and she's got something there. And I encourage you, if you haven't, go and buy the album, buy the CD, go to katiehenrymusic.com, go to the Subtitle store and buy it. It's on all the downloads, or I should say social down streaming, I don't want to say agencies, but you know what I'm talking about, outlets that are out there. Buy it. Don't just download it for free. Support the artist as much as you can. Met Katie back in December of 2018, probably when I got the CD, as I'll describe in the interview, and had her up at BXO in June of last year and got to see her live at the Falcon. An amazing artist, and I'm just so happy for her. And the bar has continued to climb, and I know this year is going to be a great year for her, as she's got a great tour lined up in California starting at the end of January, and she's going to get amazing exposure, and she's networked with a lot of blues artists, so this is going to be great. So sit back, enjoy. I hope you enjoy my podcast. Please share it with everyone and support these incredible musicians. Happy Friday, TGIF, and as I always say, and I mean it, live, love, and laugh a lot, because life is way too short. Sit back, enjoy. Here is the wonderful Katie Henry. Super excited today. I have on our phone the wonderful and extremely talented singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and my friend, Miss Katie Henry. How are you, Katie?
I'm doing great, Patrick. I'm so happy to be talking to you today.
Oh, man, great that we were able to line something up. I hope you, first of all, Happy New Year. I know we're in 10 days into the new year, but certainly Happy New Year, and I hope all is well, and maybe somebody left you maybe a new guitar and organ under the Christmas tree this year. Maybe not.
Oh, I wish.
Well,
yeah, so Happy New Year to you as well. I got a new case for my keyboard, which is good, because I'll be traveling and that thing gets weared out, so Santa was still good to me.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm gonna have to send him another note to get you, besides the case, a new organ and a couple of new guitars. But I know that new case is gonna come in handy, and we're gonna talk about your upcoming shows, which is great. I want to tell the listeners a little back history. I get 10 CDs a week on an average, and I received a CD, Katie's CD, High Road, back, I want to say 2018, and then I reached out to Katie, was able to get Katie to call into the radio show like 5 minutes before she's getting on stage, I want to say at the Stan House down in New Jersey. Katie's from New Jersey, and then we were able to schedule Katie to come up to WBXO, and we had a great time back in June to promote also her show with the Bennett brothers, wonderful guys at the Falcon, which was an incredible show. And I got to say, I've been following you, love the music, and just, it's crazy to see you grow and take on the world, and seeing you touring out in California last year. And it's just great that, you know, the ball is really going, and looking at your website and seeing the shows in California at the end of January and into February. I am super excited for you and happy that the momentum is still rolling, and that the world is getting to know a little bit more about you.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's so exciting, especially because you were one of the first to reach out after hearing the album, and that was right at the beginning. So you've kind of been tracking it since day one, and it is really exciting. So thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah, you're number one DJ in New York, Katie. Come on. I tell people, you know, when I do push a lot of your name, especially over here at Daryl's house and a few other folks that are in the blues industry, all about you. And when they say, well, who's Katie Henry? What do you got? And I always tell them, you know, a unique blend of not only blues, but R&B, some roots, some pop, some rock, some funk. And I always say, and you're going to laugh at this one, if you pour a little Bonnie Raitt, some Linda Ronstadt, some Janis Joplin, maybe a little Billie Holiday and Susan Tedeschi all in a blender, you get a fresh and amazing dose of Katie Henry. Does that make any sense to you, or am I losing my mind?
No, 100%. If you put all of that in a blender, that's everybody I emulate. So it's such a compliment to hear you say that.
No, it's the truth. I mean, like I said, I get a lot of CDs, and I really spend a lot of time listening to every track on the CDs, and some spark my interest and some I don't get. And you know me now enough. I want to know the story. I like to understand the lyrics and the story behind the song, and a lot of, you know, obviously personal relationships and things that you've been through in life that you and a lot of musicians write about. And I certainly get that, and I want to understand that. And man, if the folks don't have High Road, I don't know what they're waiting for. Go to Katie's website, call me, I'll send you a copy, katiehenrymusic.com. I think I played just about every track, Nowhere Fast, Nothing to Lose, High Road, I love Roll Away, and I think my favorite, I don't know why, my favorite's always Takes a Lot, but that's just me. But I love playing your stuff, and that's what I do anyway, keeping new music alive on the radio airwaves. All right, enough about me yapping here. We got to talk about how great of a year, before we get into this year, how great of a year last year was for you. I mean, 2019 Blues Blast Music Award nominee for Best New Artist Debut Album, Independent Blues Artist nominee in 2019, 4 nominations: Best Independent Blues Contemporary CD, Best Independent Blues New Artist, Best Independent Female Blues Artist, Best New Artist. I mean, that's insane and incredible recognition. I mean, you got to be pinching yourself, right? Going, what a year. How did this all even happen?
Yeah. No, it's such a great affirmation of just keep doing what you're doing. You know, it was put a lot into that record, and the fact that it was received the way it was is just the best message for me to just keep doing what I'm doing. And it was just a blast. The Blues Blast was a blast, especially at the award show. That was in September. I got to meet a lot of great musicians and great people. One of those people is Dave Keller. He's a soul singer, and I actually have some shows with him. And another one that stood out, and who I can call my friend now, Whitney Shea. Are you familiar?
I'm not, but that's all good. You know what? It's all about networking, you know?
Yeah, no, that was the best part. It's like, not only is this recognized, but now I get to connect with other people who are making their music known, and the community is just great, the blues community, to be accepted. And like you said, it's not strictly a blues album. It has so many different influences and genres in, but to be so accepted by the blues world has been it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, and didn't you perform at the award show?
Yeah, I got to do 2 songs. Not everybody performed, but it was nice. It was almost like a variety show type of performance where everybody got to do 2. and that was really exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just to be on stage and knowing these folks are out there listening to you and watching you, I mean, the exposure is, who's going to say no? Oh, yeah, I'm going to perform. You want me to perform? Really? I'm there.
Yeah, exactly. I jumped at that real quick.
And then there's still more. I mean, I know you're from New Jersey. New Jersey's stage, for the listeners, I guess what I'll say, it's an overall platform focused on the best of entertainment and artists and news and stuff like that in New Jersey. They also have a magazine, and they had you listed as best female artist last year. And then I see this year they're still pushing you, which is great. Making Waves, Dirty Jersey Dozen are the 12 Garden State original unsigned and extremely independent rock acts who have made the most waves in 2019 by touring and at least regionally and releasing impactful videos and singles in support of great, well-received recording release in the past 24 months. I mean, wow. So that is awesome that your home state has recognized your talent and they're pushing you out there. So overall, from a musical career standpoint, let me ask the dumbest question. How successful was 2019 for you?
Very successful. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was at the end of the year, just approaching the new year, I always get really reflective, and I couldn't even reflect on everything that happened because it was so much. I mean, on top of all of that, it was just I got to play more music than I've ever played before. I got to play more shows than I've ever played before, and logging in my 2019 year is just to be able to grow as a musician and be recognized. It's incredible. Yeah.
It was that, I mean, yeah, you look back and you go, now the bar has raised, Katie. Now we got to continue. So there's no pressure, sweetheart. You got this. I mean, I want to tell folks also, High Road, your album, your CD, debuted at number 12 on the Roots Music Report's top 50 contemporary blues album chart back in January of last year and continues to receive consistent airplay on radio stations like me, throughout the country. Yeah, no, I love playing the tracks and going, okay, who haven't I played in a while, and I got to keep the momentum going as much as I can for artists like yourself. So share with me what goals are in sight for this year. I mean, I know we're going to talk about the tour coming up with John Mayall, which is phenomenal, but new album, what are you working on? Every artist has part of your life is continuing to write. So what's in store for 2020 that you can share with me and the listeners?
Definitely writing is at the top of my list. I have a couple songs under my belt for the next album. But I mean, traveling to California and I think just being in different locations is always creatively inspiring for me. So I'm excited to see the songs that come out of my travels. And I definitely have a goal of having my second album done by the end of this year or even sooner.
Okay, well, you better make sure you get a copy. Send a copy to your good friend Pat so I can get it out there and get you back into the station. Do you plan on showcasing some of the new songs while you can throw it out there?
Yeah. I think I'll, just have a little debut of a couple of them and see how they're received and kind of do a little guesswork on how it feels to perform it live, because it's one thing playing it by myself or playing it with one other person, and then it's another getting feedback from other people and seeing how it affects others, and that's the biggest joy for me. It's just to see how the music affects others and brings everyone together. That's why I got into it in the first place.
Absolutely. Are you now, as an independent artist, are you looking to sign a contract with a label, or are you okay with the current path you're currently taking?
I'm definitely open to it. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity that comes with working with a label, and I definitely feel like I'm at the point where I could really use and appreciate a team working with me on things like touring, and it definitely takes a village, as they say, to put it all together. So I definitely see the big perks of being able to work with others in that way. But as for now, I'm definitely it's just really exciting. I mean, even though I'm doing a lot by myself right now, like yesterday I mailed out some of the posters to the California clubs, and like just doing a little bit of everything. And sometimes I get overwhelmed, and then I'm like, wait, like these are the problems I will happily choose. You know, a busy schedule promoting my tour. It's just, I wouldn't trade it for anything. So
yeah, I mean, it's got its advantages. You control your destiny. You set up whatever you need to set up, and as we talked about before, hard work certainly pays. I mean, and yeah, you sign with a label, then I'm not familiar with signing contracts with labels. I'm sure you got to like do an album or two, but they support you. You get more feedback. You get a bigger team. So yeah, but like you said, today you look back, and even though you're sending a million posters out and you want to take a break, and it is time consuming, and you don't have that team, still in all, this is the goal that you want, right? So either way, it's.
And I know, yeah, and I have a feeling one day I'll look back, and it's funny how when time passes and you look back on difficult times, those are kind of the ones you enjoy the most, just because they were the most exciting. And I feel like I'm just living in a very exciting time where it's a bunch of firsts for me.
Yeah.
And you've been able to witness so many firsts. So I'll definitely look back and miss it in a sense when I'm not doing it all on my own.
Well, I'm convinced. I know you're going to hit the ball out of the park, and it's only a matter of time that somebody's going to be knocking on your door. I really see that in the near future. And you can always look back and go, you know what? I remember what it took to go send the posters and knock on doors and send a million emails out. So, you become more of a role model and inspiration for even more artists trying to get in the business when you start attending these award shows and getting that big award as Female Blues Rocker of the Year, which I hope to see someday, and I know it could happen. Let's talk about these shows. I mean, I almost fell off my chair when I saw opening for the legend John Mayo on September 25th for all my California folks at the Canyon at the Rose in Pasadena. And wow, that had to be an exciting day to get that phone call or to confirm that up.
Oh, definitely. I couldn't believe it. And just John Mayo, what a legend. And his entire band, I'm just really excited to be able to open for them and be in the same room, honestly.
Yeah, and all these artists watch, and if they like what they hear and see, they reach out to you more and say, hey, what about these shows? Are you available? Who do I need to talk to? And then you can tap onto them, too, as I'm sure you did at the awards show last year. Hey, how do I handle this or how do I handle that? You make new friends and network. Are you taking your band out there, my man Antar and company going out with you?
Antar is. We were able to play with two musicians in California when we did a brief couple shows last summer, and they're going to be playing the shows with us, as it's a lot to bring kind of our set on the East Coast over to the West right now. And it's great because we played Bluesapalooza in August with Billy Flynn as the drummer. So we have a solid band, and we're ready to go.
That is great. I love to hear that. Lots of shows on Katie's website, katiehenrymusic.com. Go to her website. You see the list of shows out in California. And I'm just so glad you're getting the exposure. And, I mean, the folks in Jersey love you. And we're trying to get you more and more here in New York. But it's just glad, I mean, to get out there and that people are recognizing your talent and signing you up. And I keep playing your music. Any other projects that you're working on that you want to promote? Where's those Katie Henry T-shirts? We got to get some merchandise for you.
I really need those T-shirts. That's like number one on my list right now. So I'm expecting that to be in the next 2 months.
Yeah, no, it's easy. It's easy for me to say, but as an independent artist, Santa was able to get you, help you with the keyboard. But I mean, we're without robbing a bank, and I'm not telling you to do that. I mean, it's easy to say that, but yeah, I mean, we got to either do a Kickstarter. Well, you didn't even need a Kickstarter project. I mean, you killed it with your first album, so you're on a roll. So, like I said, it's just a matter of time. You keep doing what you're doing, and certainly success happens to the people that put in the hard work. And I'm living my dream here at BXO, and living my dream with my podcast, which it just floors me to look at the analytics and see the amount of people that are downloading, listening to me, and hopefully will be listening to this episode, and the wonderful Katie Henry. And I got to get you back. I'm looking at these dates now, and when you come back to the East Coast in maybe February or March or so we can promote some of the East Coast shows back at WBXO, because we love to have you.
I would love to be back. I mean, I'm sure everybody, including Sammy, would allow me back, I hope.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to get more pictures of you. Well, yeah, I mean, I made my Christmas card, and I got to have Sammy in it. And everybody goes, yeah, nice, Pat. The dog looks way better than you. I know that. But you put any animal in a picture, and people go crazy.
Yeah, you're right. That's the trick.
You know, if you need a date, you put a cat on your lap or a dog, and everybody goes, oh, my God, yeah. So no, I'm looking excited. I'm excited to get to hang out with you, and hopefully maybe get to one of your shows again and hear the excitement about California. And let me get, before we wrap up, Katie, what can you share that you've learned from going out there? I mean, I know the feedback was crazy, but and was all positive. But I mean, you learn every day. What can you say you really learned from last year that you can bring on to this year that you look forward to, even besides the exposure and touring?
Just in terms of keeping in touch, I love keeping in touch with people after shows, and it's so easy to play one and then be thinking about the next one, and it's sometimes hard to stay in the moment when you're planning for the future so much. So I think a big thing I learned is just to be present in every show and every situation that I'm in, especially with the people that I'm with, because that's my favorite, is like after shows, getting to know people, getting to know how they felt from the performance, and I just being present is a big goal that I'm carrying through in 2020 after a great 2019.
Well, that's great. And, looking at some of the pictures of you out in California and seeing the crowd standing up, I don't know if there were seats or not, but the crowd standing up, and you could just see their expression of their faces on how they really appreciated your music. And I'm sure there's no better feeling that energy back. And I mean, these are total strangers. I mean, like I said, You played New Jersey a bunch of times, and you get your regulars and your families and your friends, but when you go out and kick the door down and you're out in California going, who are these people? They're actually buying tickets and coming to see me and buying my CD or whatever, want my autograph. I mean, there's got to be no better feeling.
Oh, I call that the promised land, the biggest dream experience possible at that Palooza show. The picture that you're referring to is, I have a copy of it in my room just because it's such a special memory. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it's got to be a backdrop on your laptop or something that you go, even on your worst day, look where I have. Look how much I have achieved. So, well,
it shows the possibility, right? Like a glimpse of more to come. So.
Absolutely. You're going to work out. You're going to need another guitar case or organ case, I hope, from all the workout that you get done for 2020. And I can't stop promoting you, and I love everything that you do. And if you need anything, certainly reach out to me. We love you here at BXO. I love you here on my podcast. And certainly thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the chat as much as I always do, and continued success and love and happiness and all the best. Safe travels out there, and you reach out to me when you get back into town.
Thanks so much, Patrick. I can't wait, and I'll definitely be in touch with all of it.
Absolutely. Well, go check her out. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram. Her website, you can find her at katiehenrymusic.com. I encourage everybody to buy her CD, buy the album. It's called High Road. If you can't find it, you call me, and I will get you a copy. Katie, thank you very much again for your time.
Thanks, Patrick.
Okay, Katie Henry on Pat Soundbites Unplugged. Please share, please listen, and tell your friends. We'll see you soon.